What's good? We back with another one. You dig? This your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with that boxing clinic, that real ish, that real talk. And Bob Arum, actually, spoke Errol Spence's name, which is like saying Candyman in the sport of boxing right now. And I'm gonna get the comments from Dan Rayfield, man, who does solid work from time to time, and sometimes it's completely out the loop. And it's the target of a lot of boxing fans, but you gotta respect, his hustle and his grind. They paying him under the table to swing the pendulum which way he wants to swing it, but it is what it is. But Bob Arum said that T Crawford and Errol Spence would be a good pay-per-view fight down the line if Errol Spence can get some better promotion. And I agree with him on Errol Spence getting better promotion, but your best promoter is yourself. And that's the reason Errol Spence ain't a big name. He don't put no pressure on nobody. He don't. He be sitting next to Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. He don't have no personality. He's a real down-to-earth, mellow dude. If his personality inside the ring can match it outside the ring, I think, he'd be a more polarized figure in the sport of boxing than he is right now. But here go the comments. Errol also said, assuming Crawford wins Saturday, he will go to Australia in November for Pacquio and Jeff Warren rematch and could challenge the winner, which we're going to talk about in a minute. And then he says, promoter Bob Arum said if Errol Spence could get good promotion, that Spence versus Crawford could be a major pay-per-view fight. But yeah, Spence, the reason Spence ain't big as he should be right now, for the one reason, I don't think he had enough fights or quality fights, and that's cool. But he's just too nice, man. He don't have no killer instinct outside the ring like he do inside the ring. He not gonna verbally abuse you. He not gonna call you out. And if you remember, Keith Thurman was going through the same thing. Keith Thurman was spitting fire, talking that shit. I think he dogged Amir Khan out. He was dogging everybody out. And eventually it came full circle for him. And most people can identify with him because he marketed himself the right way. So it happened faster than he thought it would happen. And then like a guy like Paul Williams, who's like Errol Spence, they're not going to talk a lot. They're going to let their hands do the talking in the ring. And that's the issue, in my opinion. You got to talk that shit. And Paul Williams went years without getting the fights that he deserved. And once he started getting the fights that he deserved, he got knocked out by Martinez, even though that wasn't considered a fight that he had deserved at that time. That was just a solid fight because Martinez, it wasn't Sergio Martinez that we knew at the end or when he beat Kelly Pavlik and all that. Paul Williams was really his coming out party. But the first fight was, I think Paul Williams got him. Then the second fight, Martinez trainer seen something, they knocked him out. But Paul Williams didn't get his just due because he was just a nice part of his personality outside the ring. He was a nice guy, just like Errol Spence. I did a video on Errol Spence being a new Paul Williams about a month ago. Back if you can find that in the archives. But yeah, that's the same shit. They both nice out the ring. They're not going to disrespect nobody outside the ring. Somebody disrespect them or try to play them with some bullshit, they gonna just let it roll off. And a lot of guys are like that in the sport of boxing. But the difference is that a guy like Danny Garcia, who really don't talk no shit, his dad do the talking for him. So he markets the Garcia brand. There's nobody there to market the Errol Spence brand. So Errol Spence is going to continue to get jived and shook because he's not putting no verbal pressure on nobody. Look at Floyd Mayweather when he was calling out Oscar for years. A lot of people don't know that because they're too young. Every fight, when he was at 135, calling out Oscar. When he got away from Bob Arum and killed the goody two-shoe image, then he started dogging Terence Crawford. He started dogging Oscar out, then he got the fight. Errol Spence, if he don't start speaking up and start being so nice, that fight is not going to present itself. He's going to have to wait longer and longer and longer like Paul Williams, and before you know it, he's going to be outside his prime. Keith Thurman can juke and jive him all he wants. He can say, fuck it, I'm moving up, I ain't got to fight Errol Spence, or don't have to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence is not his mandatory. So he doesn't have any pressure to fight Errol Spence other than Al Heyman. You feel me? So if Errol Spence don't get the ball rolling on that shit, man, it's going to be an issue. He got to start talking shit. I see him next to Sean Porter. Oh, buddy. Next to Keith Thurman. Buddy. Oh, no. He's just too fucking nice. You know, and that's his nature. And that's going to be his downfall. You know, that's why he's not getting the fights that he wants. You know? But, you know, Bob Arum is correct. I don't know about pay-per-view, though. I mean, this fight can be pay-per-view, don't get me wrong. But I think, you know, boxing wants to get away from that pay-per-view model. And I thought Bob Arum did, too. But he's right. And I'm not even saying Crawford is even at that pay-per-view model yet. I don't think he's at pay-per-view, you know. He did $60K with Victor Postal. So he's obviously not there, but being on ESPN will help his case, though. You know, if he not get the knockout tonight, that's significantly gonna help his case and jump his star status. And to transfer over, you know, like I said, Bob Arum also said that the Crawford might go over to Australia, like we just read, and challenge the winner of Pacquiao Horn. Now, I just did a video on Freddie Roach twice this week, saying that, you know, they want Marquez and Mikey Garcia next, and they don't want Terence Crawford. And Bob Arum has been trying to force Pacquiao to fight Terence Crawford. So I'm like he still don't want to oblige. The reason why Pacquiao probably got robbed because he didn't want to fight Terence Crawford. So they found somebody where he go all the way around the world to fight and get robbed. So, you know, Bob Arum's thing is he hopes Jeff Horn wins, or he can tip the scales in Jeff Horn's favor again and put Horn and Terence Crawford together at 147. I told you guys that was the plan. The whole time, if Pacquiao wins, he's going to have to fight Terence Crawford or retire. And he don't want to fight Terence Crawford. He talking about Mikey Garcia, which if he's with Top Rank, it's not going to happen because they had a bad split. You know, they don't want to work with Mikey Garcia. Even Terence Crawford knows that. Marquez is retired. So at the end of the day, you know, if he beats Horn, just retire. And Crawford can fight somebody else, probably Jesse Vargas, who's ranked pretty high for the WBO, or potentially fighting Jeff Horn again for the WBO at 147. You know, Crawford said he don't have any problem moving up, you know, making weight at 140. But, you know, like I told you guys, that was the plan the whole time. I told you guys, for Crawford to go down there and unify, and if Dongo was stripped of the IBF, then, you know, I don't know what they would have done. I think after that he would have made his 147 debut if this fight didn't happen when Dongo and he got stripped of the IBF. That's just my personal opinion on that. But you know, after this fight, he moving up to challenge for that WBO welterweight belt. That's his belt. They keeping it warm for Terence Crawford. And I told you guys that from Jump Street. They fucked Pacquiao because Pacquiao didn't want to fight Terence Crawford. That's simple as that. So if you want to do what Bob say, Bob gonna get you up out of there. That's why when people contracts up with Top Rank and they don't want to, they like, we offer you this fight, you don't want to extend the fight, they shelf you or they put you in a predicament versus a guy that's a lose-lose situation, you know. And I mean, they get like Gamboa Rios. They knew Rios was too big for a Gamboa. Gamboa didn't want to take the fight. He had to be shelved and had to be got out of his contract. So that's what Top Rank do. They offer you a fight, you don't want the fight, then they offer you a more difficult fight without the extension. So it is what it is. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow with the Boxing Clinic. Shout out to everybody. We go.